Kirsten Jordan from Bravo's $1 Million Listing New York. Kirsten, great to have you on the program. Let's talk about what you're seeing in the market, because we all knew rates were going to rise, right? But then somehow when it happened, nobody seemed ready. What's interesting to me is traditionally we expect prices to drop to make those payments more affordable, but that's not happening now. Why?
Well, prices aren't coming down because there's still a significant lack of inventory. What we were not expecting is that there's still not enough homes, and this is the first time in the history that we've ever raised rates when there was so little vacancy. So rents, in addition to the sale prices, are holding strong. We're seeing almost a 25% increase year over year in New York City of just the actual rental rates. First time we've seen the average rent in New York City at $5,000 a month. I mean,
it is.
And that's actually probably for a one-bedroom.
It is astonishing. It is for a one-bedroom. I'm always scouring the market because I find this all so interesting, and I watch the rents slowly creep up higher, higher, higher. And, you know, there were people who thought, well, you know, pre-rate rise, who essentially saw the rents creeping up and said, well, maybe it's better to put a little money down and buy a place in the city. Some people were able to do that. Some people aren't. But either way, right now, the expense and the amount of money it takes to live in this city is almost becoming prohibitive.
Oh, it's absolutely prohibitive. And truthfully, there are still opportunities. There are pockets of opportunity from the purchaser perspective. There are ways to find that. And then there's other ways in the rental market where you can consider doing a 2-year lease, seeing if you can get a break there. But my advice is definitely not to go over your budget, to overspend, because we don't know where these rents are going. Again, usually when you raise rates, rents go up, and we're seeing it already. So the question becomes is how much more is that going to happen as people jump out of the sale or buying market and go into rentals?
Let's go back to trying to find the little gem, you know, in this. There are always deals out there. I agree with you. But how do you do it? How do you find that one gem? Because I look on Street Easy all the time, and there are these apartments that are just right now. I guess sellers have not gotten their heads around, oh, I have to bring my price down, so that the inventory, even if it's limited, a lot of things are just sitting there. How do you find the gem?
The best way to find a really good opportunity, especially when there is that inventory that you can watch online, is see what has been on for a couple of months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. In some markets, there are homes that have been on the market for a little while. In those situations, you can go in and you can make an aggressive offer. This is, you know, these are business transactions, and see what they come back with. If you have a good agent on the other side, you're going to get a counter, and you could be surprised at how negotiable some sellers are, because maybe they've already bought something else because they were so excited and they really have to sell, or they just really, you know, are motivated, they're moving. There's lots of reasons sellers are still real sellers in this market, and you need to work with those sellers.
It's a great tip. Stalking is not acceptable in real life, but if you're stalking real estate or apartments or a house, I think it makes a little bit more sense. Final word, people are struggling, and as you said, there's little, you know, predictability. No one has a crystal ball. They don't know what to expect, and so it might seem advantageous to lock in a 2-year lease, but is there any way, any chance that for some reason, if we head into recession, then the rents go down?
You can always negotiate. I've negotiated mid-lease, you know, back in the years of the, you know, the financial crisis. There's always room for negotiation, but they can't raise your rent if you have a lease in place. Right. So I always suggest to do that. And truthfully, you know, unfortunately, especially in the city where I do business in New York City, the tenant rights are really, really strong. And so for landlords in general, you know, if you find yourself a good opportunity, a decent lease, and you know you can be there, you know, the friction costs of moving are really, really high. So it's always better to try to make that plan.
I think it's a great point that you make, and I remember back during the pandemic, I had friends who had long-term leases, and then rents dropped, and they called right up, and they said, rents have dropped, market rate is down. I will break this lease and move on if you don't give me a break, and in most cases they did, so that's actually a great point. Great to see you, Kirsten. Have a wonderful weekend.